Hollywood Music TV Canada interviews John David Hart. HMTV Canada. How do you see visual arts and stone sculpting acting as a tool for community outreach? The answer. We've used stone for numerous charities and events going on in Canada and the United States and throughout the world. We carve stone and get it sponsored, and then usually what happens is it's raffled off or placed in the community and used as a tool to fundraise for the community. And it also leaves a lasting statement, as the stone lasts forever and makes that statement. You developed your own specialized Hart V-cut method. Could you tell us about the inspiration behind this method? Okay. The answer to the V-cut method. The V-cut method in stone is basically you're sketching in what you want in the stone, and you have to shape the stone or wood or whatever it is you're carving prior to entering the details and making it look exactly like what it looks like. So the V-cut is your first sketch, and then you cut from each side and you make your cuts deeper, and basically when you shape, if you use the V-cut in stone, you move much faster than scrambling around. So the V-cut's actually used by pretty well all artists who use an angle grinder to cut, but I just put a name to it, and but everybody uses that same technique, so I can't claim that it's anything special to myself. Granite's notoriously difficult to work with compared to soft stones. What's the most challenging piece you carve? The answer, the most challenging work that I've carved is a large 5,800 pound piece of Belmont rose granite, kind of triangular shaped, titled Community. And we did a second one in Thunder Bay, but the first one won Artist of the Year 2006 at the Toronto Art Expo. And then we did a second one with Amethyst for the city of Thunder Bay on Red River Road, right in front of Scotiabank. And that was donated to the city and used for fundraising for the homeless through the BIA. So that was probably the most challenging work because it's live and it has to be done in a certain amount of time. We've done the same thing in Sarnia and Chatham and other cities around Canada. Stone carving is highly physical. How do you approach technical challenges working with different stones? The one thing you've got, here's the answer. The one thing you've got to do carving stone or working anything like that, wood, you've got to stay in good shape. You've got to stay in good physical, good mental shape. Don't drink alcohol, don't take drugs, live clean, pure of heart, and you'll work better. So you've got to stay in good shape. I'm 70 years old and I'm in better shape than when I was 20, but you have to work at it. It doesn't happen overnight. So staying in shape is huge for stone carving. One can see that Leonardo da Vinci and Salvador Dali are deep influence. How are their foundational approaches to composition and surrealism manifest? My answer to the influence of Leonardo da Vinci and Salvador Dali, yes, they are very, very deep influences for me because they were composing. They weren't just learning to do one particular subject. You learn them all and then compose them. And when you compose subjects together, they make a statement. So I always try to do statements in the light, something that's positive, so that it's for humanity, that it might last, that it's something that people will want to see and be inspired by. So Leonardo da Vinci and Salvador Dali had just an incredible way of composing, particularly Leonardo da Vinci. The mathematics behind what you see in just a visual picture is stunning. If you just look at the simple, complicated rather, mathematics that Leonardo da Vinci employed in his compositions. Mozart did the same with music, and so are the other great composers. So when I see a painting or a picture or a statue, I'm looking at the mathematical aspect that the artist had to think about long before they created the work, and then release it during the work. So they are my favorites, Leonardo da Vinci and Salvador Dali. You produce both large and small scaled works. How does your scale impact the physical process of your emotional connection to art? The size of the work, I think now we're working on developing 200 and 300 foot tall monuments that are going to be placed all around the world, which do a lot more than just a monument. There'll be cities and air scrubbers and neutron analyzers to clean and scrub the air, and medical facilities that will be free. So I work small first and develop those large works. And once I've got a smaller scale work done, then I can envision it being much larger, or vice versa, use AI and create it and really large, and then do a smaller model so that you've got something to work from. So the scale is exciting either way for me, but there's a purpose behind working in each size and scale for me. How does the local community in Southwestern shape your style and dedication to the arts? I find that there are people all over the world who influence your work. I've been very well supported by the Toronto scene and Montreal, but I've also had shows in New York and well accepted around the world. So being accepted locally is great, and I think being a member of Lions Clubs International, when we go and we carve live on location at events and donate to the city or town or the cause, it creates a connection with your local people and what's happening in your local community. So even though we reach out around the world globally, it's really important to do things locally with the local artists and performers to make things happen and be in touch with things. Sarnia's Art Path. My answer, yes, we got involved with Sarnia's Art Path, and we've done a few works up there for them now. There's a memorial up there for with a dove in hands in the shape of a heart that we donated to the city. And we also donated a large owl that we carved live for Art Path. Sarnia's Art Path is just fabulous. It's a great way to get people, artists out to get to know each other, and the community can see what the local artists are doing in expression. And it's great. Sarnia's Art Path is just a fabulous event. As a group leader of Lions Clubs International performance, how are you mobilizing local members and sculptors across the globe to collaborate on large-scale composition work? Well, the answer, gathering artists around the world right now has been relatively easy thanks to Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. We have a connection in 208 countries where Lions Clubs International are welcome, and we serve a world in need that way. So it's fairly easy for me to get the message out to other groups and other artists, and of course allow all artists and performers to join our Arts and Performers group with Lions Clubs International and participate. And our current president, Mark Lyon, is leading the way with just an amazing song called Be the Ripple. You know, be the ripple of kindness, be the ripple to help people and send out positive vibes. It's a great song, so look for that one. And that's kind of how we're mobilizing people, just through Lions and social networks. When spearheading initiatives where small stone bowls and totems carved in different corners of the world eventually come together, what inspired the massive collaborative project? Okay, the Stone Bowl campaign was actually initiated by the Canadian International Director, Joanne Ogden, who just passed away suddenly recently and kind of left the project with us, but we had established it and started carving the stone bowls. And what's involved there, it's really, really easy to carve a stone bowl. We literally want to have everyone in the world take part in the Stone Bowl campaign, either find a stone, help carve it, just be a part of it. You don't have to actually carve the stone bowl, but it should represent the area of the world that you live in. We're going to take those stone bowls and create monuments and we'll also have them inside the One World Monument series. So it's going to be a statement, kind of a footprint of humanity currently with stone bowls. Stone bowls are probably the first artifact that was ever discovered that represents humanity. So we thought this was a perfect medium and subject that literally can go on forever. Lions clubs can exchange them as gifts. They can use them as fundraising tools. It's going to be a lot of fun, and that's yet another program that goes on forever that was developed by the Canadian International Director Joanne Ogden with our group that she helped us found with Lions Clubs International. How do you integrate local Chatham charities for the Lions mission of service in your artistic projects? The local Chatham charities, local charities anywhere in the world actually, are welcome to approach Lions Clubs International Arts and Performers Group, and we will create art, we will create gifts, we will create music. We have a record label. We can produce music and release it and publish it and make sure that that music is, the royalties from it are delegated to a specific cause or project in the area. So that's just getting underway now, and we'll make that available in a little more information for the public to be able to utilize the great thing that we're developing with music and art to assist charities in all of the communities, not just Chatham-Kent, where we're based. Canada, as a communications specialist, radio broadcaster, and ACTRA member, how do you use your voice in storytelling? Oh, okay. As an ACTRA member and radio broadcaster, I think my parents were Lions too, so they brought me up thinking this way. But being a radio broadcaster from age 14 has allowed me probably good communication skills. If they were better, I'd probably be doing even better. And as an ACTRA member, I think ACTRA really trains people, performers, to be able to be extroverted, to be able to walk up to someone, cold call, and become a friend, that type of thing. So that's an asset, being able to communicate well. Good communications solves all things, and that's a motto that I live by. Balancing a demanding artistic career alongside community leadership requires great time, and how do you structure between the studio, broadcasting, and my answer to how do I balance my demanding artistic career, I just get up in the morning and I do the next thing. I usually have a list of things that I have to do and a whole list of other things that I want to do, and I just do them one at a time, one after another, and I don't really feel the pressure of demand or anything. I just continue working every day the same way, but living clean helps. You want to be able to get up in the morning and be clear-headed, so that's important too. Okay, and what is your ultimate vision for Lions Arts and Performers? Okay, looking ahead for Lions Clubs International Arts and Performers Group, we have so many projects that we're working on, and we're a resource for Lions Clubs International worldwide. So we have endless projects, and the more that Lions Clubs groups and members take heed to what we have to offer as a service to them, the busier we will get. And of course, we're going to hand that over to our Leos, our Lions who are younger, and they're going to run the show. So it's what we do now that we're going to hand to them that's really going to make sense. So we're working on that to inspire them, encourage them, to show them that there are other ways of getting the word out about Lions, getting people to join, and what we can do to help serve a world in need. Oh, how do we use the act of art making to promote kindness, caring within the Lions Clubs? I think all of the art that we do, music, art, it's got a flavor to it, and there's a kind of a morality check in the work. We don't want to send out music or any art that sends out a negative message in any way. So we have our own filters, and I think all of the Lions know that and wouldn't put out something that's dark or mean or anything like that, because everything that we do is based on kindness and caring. So when you see our works or hear our music or hear our performance, you can pretty well guarantee we're going to try to send a positive message, as positive as we can, to promote positive kindness and caring and encourage you so that you'll want to be a Lion as well. You are known to practice multiple art forms: painting, sculpting, broadcasting. How do your visual influence the sound of Open Eye Universe? Oh, the band Open Eye Universe, actually, it's an interesting concept. We formed the band just kind of playing around in David Bowie's online gallery at davidbowie.com. And I had the nickname or username of Buddha Boy. And we found in the gallery that we could MP3 swap and make songs together. And I think this might have been prior to Facebook. It was a while ago. And we compiled about 80 songs, I think, and we published them and released some of them. And so that band is ever changing, changing, like David Bowie's changes. And it can always welcome new members, new ideas, and new projects. So it's a band that will live forever and help fundraise and create awareness through Lions Clubs International, and is owned 100% by Lions Clubs International, along with 800 songs in a published catalog with the American Society of Authors, Composers, and Publishers in New York, and on the Moonheart record label. And we started the Lions Clubs International record label. That again, these are things and resources that will go on forever for Lions Clubs International. Oh, the sound of Open Eye Universe. There are a lot of different experimental albums and songs that we've created with Open Eye Universe. All motivational songs. They're all meant to motivate and send a positive message out to people. So you may hear straight synthesizer music, you may hear a bit of country, you may hear a bit of rock, but always with a positive message to inspire people. Tell us about your typical creative process when combining music with philosophical and societal messages. That's a good question. The typical creative process for creating, I think sometimes it's a title first, sometimes the music is there first and feels like the title. But again, in that whole process, it's always got to be in the light, something positive. So that's kind of the moral filter that's in the music that we're creating. Open Eye Universe is an inclusive, open concept project. How do you encourage other artists and community? Oh, how do we encourage people to become a member of Open Eye Universe? Anyone can become a member of Open Eye Universe. If they have an idea, we can work on the idea and it will become Open Eye Universe. So it's available to all artists to come and join us, famous people working their way up. It doesn't really matter. You come as you are. And if you've got a great idea, then we'll try to make it happen. So we're available, and we're using the social networks to let people know. And of course, HMTV Canada is helping us to spread that word. So we thank you. Okay, Moonheart Records has released everything from jazz and contemporary rock to your Bowie tributes album. What's the philosophy behind the labels? Eclectic Rooster. I don't know. I don't know about the rooster. How does having your own independent label on Moonheart Records give you creative freedom you need? Oh, having your own record label allows you to prove your music. We follow Donald Passman, the guru. He's an attorney in LA who's written, I think, 10 books on all you need to know about the music industry. Um, so having the label allows you to prove your music, you're proving your sales, you're proving your new use, you're trying to get on the radio, and when you do that, then you can look for a co-record deal or possibly sign with a major label, or maybe you don't have to. So there is incredible freedom of having your own independent label to start out with, but I'll bet you even someone like Taylor Swift or Paul McCartney would say, you've still got to fit in and have people like it. It's all based upon what people like, not what you like and think they'll like. So it's kind of, you toss it up in the air on what people are going to like. So when you have an independent label, you've got to choose wisely. You've dedicated considerable time in producing albums like Artists for America and Hart, aimed at fundraising for healthcare awareness. Where did this drive to use your platform? Where did the drive come from for Artists for America and other projects that we've done? To be honest, I always have done things with charity, but I became pretty good friends with Jeff Healey when he was still alive. And Jeff was all about that. He was all about helping other people. And it was his suggestion that we gather some artists and put them together and do something good using the music. So 100% of the music that we create goes directly to the charity that we create it for, and therefore it's more effective. So it actually, to answer your question there, the idea came from Jeff Healey. What can fans expect from us from the band and the label in the future? Or new projects what can you expect from Open Eye Universe and Lions Club's International Arts and Performers Group in the future? A lot of new things. We're reaching out to so many people, well-known people, famous people, but we're also looking to discover people that are finding it hard to get their music out there or their art out there. It's a really tough road. It's not about making it to the top, but rather just creating exposure for yourself. And if you do it selflessly, helping others, I guarantee you'll get 10 times more recognition than if you just do it for yourself and try to line your own pockets and make money. What we do with Lions is serving humanity, and it feels good helping others. And so you can look for some really, really amazing things happening from our label and from Lions Clubs International. What do I have to say to the fans? I'd like to thank all people just for being kind. If you can just be kind, our whole world will change. So, and support what we're trying to do, because what we are trying to do is help other people, all right, and help you. And we're here. If you've got a project, we're all ears. Thank you, Don.